Hey you guys, it's Keri Johnson coming to you live on day 5, Friday, on my personal page of our manifesting training. My favorite things to talk about is manifesting and desires and what trips us up and how to clear our blocks and what we can do to live the most fabulous life ever, right? So as you guys are hopping on, say hello to me. I would love to know who's here, who's watching, what your thoughts are about everything that we've talked about, the training, the videos and stuff like that. More celebrations than wins, that would be awesome to hear too. And then if you're watching the replay, #replay, and you can, still comment as it were live, and because I would love to see the comments and I'll respond. So fun. So today is going to be about the power of the subconscious mind. So this is not all wizardry and magic wands. It's quantum physics and science, scientific studies by really smart people. So our subconscious mind has the ability, and I don't even know if this number, if this is even a real number, 10 quadrillion operations it can do in a second. So Google said it, so the number must be true, but in other words, it can do more than our computers can do. Our computers can hold now on these tiny little zip drives, this is even big for what, for what they come, how they come now, but hundreds and tens of thousands of movies and pictures and everything like that. But our subconscious mind, behind the scenes, what it's doing, it's creating operations to our 60 trillion, I guess, cells, keeping us alive. The things that we take for granted. We wake up in the morning and we're breathing. We're not doing the breathing, something is creating us, our breath to be in perfect alignment. Our heart is beating perfectly. Our blood is flowing perfectly at the perfect time to the perfect cells. Our body heals itself when we get bruised and cuts and stuff like that. I mean, it's really, truly, magical. This body that we don't even really pay attention to. And I've mentioned it before, how health is the number one thing that we need to be manifesting. Perfect health in all ways. And when you're not feeling well, to get yourself to the place where you're feeling well, to take care of yourself, to take care of your body, because without your health, nothing else matters. Nothing else, no other desire matters if you're not feeling well. And we know how just even a tiny, tiny, tiny little paper cut can throw us off. I mean, that hurts more than, anything. Can you imagine, something bigger, being sick with a cold or, the COVID or whatever is going on right now, broken bones. I mean, so to honor your body first and foremost, and to understand that our subconscious mind is doing such a wonderful job of keeping us healthy. Now, what we put into our subconscious mind, that's what I was talking about yesterday, 95% of it is playing in the background, and it's playing old beliefs. And what our subconscious mind, believes and thinks, that creates our reality. And the one thing out of all of the wonderful things that the subconscious mind is doing for our body, the one thing, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, the one thing that it cannot do is it cannot distinguish between what is real and what is not real. And that's the secret key. That's one of the secret keys to manifesting. It doesn't know what's real. So when we're manifesting our desires and we're putting in the thoughts and the emotions and the feelings as if we're already experiencing it, the subconscious mind, and mixed with the universe must deliver it to you. Like, that's the law. That's the law of the quantum physics. And doctors have done this. They have done this with professional athletes. They hook them up to machines. They did this with a professional skier. I know that they've done it. I've heard other stories, but this one that I read about was a professional skier hooked up his body to test the muscle fibers. And he just told him to think about skiing, think about your downhill skiing. And they got the same results, the same muscles, were firing, muscle fibers were firing, as if he were actually skiing. So we can just sit and think and create things to happen. Imagine for a moment, which we all have gone through this, having a nightmare at night. In the middle of the night, you wake up, you're sweating, your heart's pumping, you're, breathing heavy. Your body is having the physical reaction to the nightmare as if you're truly in danger. And you're not. You're not in danger, but your whole body is reacting as if you were being, whatever, in the nightmare, if it was actually happening. So that brings me to the placebo effect. I'm sure we've all heard of this too, where they take two groups of people. One group, gets the actual pill. Group B gets the sugar pill, the placebo. Nobody knows what they're getting. They all think that they're getting the drug that they want that will heal them, and all of them get great results. They're all healed. So there's also the Nocebo Effect, and not many people talk about this, but this is when you're talking to someone and they're creating their own illnesses. The hypochondriacs actually believe that they're getting these illnesses, so therefore they're creating the physical results from the illness. Another thing with the Nocebo Effect, doctors do it all the time with people. Now, doctors, I would prefer to work with people that are going to believe that they're going to be healed, because it's an easier way that they can work and get successful results. But they also, when you go into the doctor's office, they make you fill out that form. So what's your history? What's the family history of heart disease or heart attacks? And I'm like, I'm not my family. I'm me. None of this, I won't fill any of this stuff out. I'm a terrible patient, by the way. That's why I have to keep my body healed, because I don't want to go to the doctor. That doesn't matter. But if they tell you hear people say this all the time, that, oh, everybody in my family gets heart disease, or, all the men die at like 75 or whatever, so I probably will too. Well, you probably will too then. If you're going to believe it and you're going to go down that path, you probably will. So, we have the power. We have the power to think how we want, to heal our bodies, to put into our subconscious mind, what we want to experience, and not to have a doctor or someone tell us that we're going to get this because someone else got it. It's not the truth, unless you believe it. And my mother runs into people at church all the time. They're like, well, when I move into the assisted living, when I'm that age and I have to go into like the retirement home, and she's like, stop saying that. Why are you saying that? And then where do they go? They create their path. So you create your path that way, you can always create it the other way. The law of polarity, the one that I absolutely love. So let's see. I had mentioned that I love all of the subconscious mind stuff because it is science. It's scientifically proven. I love turning life into magical moments as well, but quantum physics, holy cow, you can't argue with that, right? But I do love my ESP game. So I did promise you guys that I wanted to share an ESP game with you, and I'm trying to get together with my friends so we can do this a live video and actually show you how it's done. But both people need to believe that it's going to happen, and both people need to believe that it's going to work. So this is something that this might be fun for mothers and kids, or whatever, friends. I do it with everybody. And I used to do this with my kids when they were sick from school. Instead of playing when they were little, because I'm like, I don't really know how to play, but I'll play this game with you. And we put my daughter had all these blocks. They were wooden blocks, probably like 15 different shapes of these wooden blocks, and we just dumped them out in the middle of the table. And I just said to her, I'm going to pick a block with my mind, and I'm going to put it in my mind, and I'm going to color it, and then I'm going to send it to you, and then you are going to tell me what I did. So we both have to kind of get our minds quiet. We go into that, like, I call it the abyss, get out of where all the thoughts, are running by. It's not really a meditation, but you're just like sinking down into the dark, really calm space of your mind, the abyss. And then you start listening to the shape and the color, or whatever we're sending to each other. And I tell you what, she hit it, then she did it to me. We did it back and forth probably 5 or 10 times, and we got it 9 times out of 10. I mean, and if we were off, it was off, maybe by a hue, not far. Maybe purple was blue or something like that. So it's such a fun way to play with the kids. It's such a fun way to see some of this, to play with your mind, to prove that some of these, give yourself good evidence that, that this stuff is working for you as well. I've got another story that I wanted to share too. Is I think it was about 8 months ago, I found a coach that I really, really enjoy watching. And I just love her delivery. I love how she speaks. I love everything about it. So I was like binge watching her videos. And I'm like, I've never really just binge watched other people's videos, but she spoke in such a way, and I'm like, my gosh, I'm like, if I could be half as good as she is and make my delivery and everything, I'm like, it would be really cool. Would anybody ever binge watch my videos? Because I wasn't even doing videos at that time. And yesterday, 4 people told me that they were binge watching my videos. So I'm like, that's funny and fun, and wow. I said it, I wondered it, I let it go, and then all of a sudden I had the evidence of it yesterday. So that was I was very grateful to hear that. I also wanted to mention about when you're manifesting and people are saying, you know, I did this, I'm doing everything I can and it's not working, I'm doing it wrong, manifesting doesn't work for me. You know, first of all, you can't go to the gym 2 times and expect to get all your muscles. You can't diet. I don't even like dieting anyways, but for those that diet for a day and then eat crappy the rest of the week to lose their weight, like it doesn't work that way, you know? We can use our mind. And I used it in a way where if you were pregnant with your babies, because I for one never thought my baby was going to come out. I was I'm like, this will never end. She will never come out. I don't know why. Like, I'm going to be the only one that's going to be pregnant for the rest of my life. It just wasn't a very good experience for me, you know. But that's kind of how I share that with manifesting too, because people say it's never coming. It's like having a baby. The babies come. It just comes, you know. Just trust the baby's going to come. Trust that there's something going on behind the scenes. Trust that since we can't see what's going on, the baby's growing, the baby's, you know, being nourished and everything like that. You know, you can't look around and say, well, my neighbor's baby came out, why isn't mine coming out? Well, you know, my neighbor keeps having babies, you know, and mine's not out. You know, like it's just the baby will come out. The manifestation will come if you give it time, if you water it, if you nourish it, if you believe it, if you trust it. The baby comes, right? The desire comes. It just does. If you're doing all the tools and you're not stopping it or blocking it, it has no other choice but to come in. And that's what's so fun. So, what's going on with you guys? Who's here? Hi, Jenna. So I can't believe today's Friday already. I have a friend that's a hypnotist as well, you know, and that's how the hypnotists, I guess, plug things into our subconscious mind as well to make people stop smoking, you know, give them more abundance vibes, I guess. And also, I guess when they do those stage shows, you know, when they hypnotize people, I wasn't even sure if that was real or not, but I guess it is. Those are always fun to see too. How we can be manipulated, how other people can manipulate our minds as well. So, that's what I have about the placebo, nocebo, and subconscious mind today. I will be back on, I believe, on Saturday, and then a couple times next week. But in the meantime, where are we going from here? We're on Friday already. I can't even believe it, how fast these days are going. I hope you guys are all, you know, celebrating and doing your wins and journaling your desires, doing your 333s, anything that will help you stay focused and stay on your path. If anybody wants to join me on Monday, the Art of Manifesting program for 3 weeks starts, and that's where we get super clear on your desires. Celebrate all your wins, figure out your words, master your own scripts to get you ready to receive, you know, the desires that you want, take you from start to finish. And then I also have the 90-minute intensive, which a lot of people have been opting for, which I absolutely love too, because then I can work one-on-one with someone and dial in directly to you to figure out, you know, how to move you forward quickly, how to get you to bend time so you get your things faster as well. And then moms and daughters. So if anybody knows of anybody or likes anything that I said today, you feel it would benefit someone else, please share the video. And again, I thank you guys all for being here, and I will be back. I also want to go over some confidence conversations with you guys again and do a little wrap up. So enjoy your day. I love you. Thank you for showing up, and have a great day.